is it important or consequential to wonder about whether AI can feel something, or the question of consciousness and sentience? Is that important or interesting? Or is it
I
just
mean,
speculative
any
conspiracy?
question is interesting, right? Like any question to which we don't know the answer is interesting. I think it kind of doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Like I think Ilya Sutskever famously tweeted, like, today's neural networks might already be slightly conscious. I don't actually know what he meant by that, but it all comes down to the question of whether you think animals are conscious, or and do we have like something that's animal level? Like is a cat really conscious, or is human consciousness at a different level, different order of magnitude more conscious than a cat?
Yes.
And so where would you rank a current AI system that has some agency and memory and autonomy, and observation? It has access to all your data and stuff. And let's say it's also allowed to think on the background, okay? Like it can take all the dump of data it's observing and do some chain of thought thinking on the background. It doesn't have to output anything for that. Would you call that system? It's not the model, it's a system. Would you call that system with access to all these tools and like background processing of all the offline context? Would you call that whole system as slightly conscious because it's taking some time to reflect on the events it's observed over the day? And update its understanding. Like it has a profile, or let's say take the current ChatGPT or Perplexity-like systems, which already have a profile of every user through like concepts like memory. And based on your past queries, it's updating that memory state every few weeks or months or whatever. Is it actually conscious of you then?
I think as far as the concept goes in human understanding, it has to do with emotional symmetry. And I'll tell you why I think that. In the case of my loss, say I lose somebody close to me for whatever reason, even my dog is going to show symptoms of an emotion that I'm experiencing. He's going to mirror it in some capacity. Mirror neurons, empathy, all fall in the same range of concepts here. My chatbot might give me very reasonable advice. It might even make me feel seen and heard, but it has no semblance of emotional symmetry in that moment. It does not feel what I feel. And so that's actually the base question I've been sort of trying to
But
answer.
let's say your chatbot knows, let's say that you lost a very close person in your family,
Sure.
it had access to that.
And it makes all the bookings. Let's say it makes the bookings for the funeral. It finds whatever it needs to.
Yeah.
That's a separate thing.
Yeah. So let's say it's all in the state, right? It's all in the prompt. And so when it responds to you, it says, hey, listen, Prakhar, I know you lost this person. I know how you're feeling right now. Here's what I think is the right thing for you to do. Would you call that as emotionally symmetric or asymmetric?
No, I think zoom it out a little bit. Is the chatbot or whatever I'm talking to capable enough to turn around and do the exact opposite thing and have no personal emotional cost to it? So for instance, right now it's extending this hand of empathy and trying to sort of relate to my situation. Can it turn around and stab me in some way? Can it take the power out of my office space just because now it is unhappy or it's decided to change? So truly, it's not just that one static moment in time. If my friend is feeling bad for my loss, their next moment is kind of linked to this moment. And so they might have defection from that base state. They may not feel as bad about me once they go home, but they'll still have a residue of feeling bad and they'll still think about me. And so this continuity between these static moments, it's basically a continuous chain. I'm not sure if it can probably perform that. It can probably perform a sense of continuity, but does it experience a sense of continuity? I think that's where all of this gets philosophically blurry.
Yeah, correct. So this is why I don't find consciousness a very consequential question to ask. It's an interesting question.
Sure.
We get into all these philosophical discussions. What does it mean to experience something? Like, do you even can you write it down as like, well, maybe you feel some hormonal changes in your body, whatever. Like why should a silicon system feel that, right? What does it mean for us?
It doesn't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff you said, continuity and like,
residue.
That stuff can be simulated. Like you can have a stream of tokens that the model goes through. Does it have to happen at the same time scale of like how a human time scale works? No, it can happen way faster because tokens are processed way faster.
Sure.
I think current AI systems are completely capable of having, as long as they have access to the information, they're completely capable of having the same level of like emotional understanding that a friend can exhibit for you when they respond to you. That doesn't mean they're conscious. And similarly, a dog can also like be your emotional companion at a time of loss, but that doesn't mean the dogs are as conscious as human intelligence.
Sure.
It's more a wired response
Sure.
that, hey, my owner is sad right now, and I'm also sad as a result because I love my owner. I'm loyal to my owner.
And there's some mirror neuron work happening there.
But mirror neurons are a very interesting concept. But I heard, or at least I've read, I may not be right, but I read that the theory was debunked.
That there is no mirror neurons.
Correct.
Huh.
Like it's a
I feel like that's the basis of.
or maybe there's some controversy there whether the finding replicated.
I feel like all of human learning is based on monkey see, monkey do. We are able to aesthetically recreate
Mimetic
something
experiences are there,
Yes.
but I don't know if there's an actual mirror neuron in our brain.
Sure. Okay. Fair. I see it. I see what you mean.
Like the concept of mirror neuron, just for people viewing, it's like if you do something, there's a neuron that triggers in me watching you do that. If I mimic you,
Yeah.
the same
ability to mimic,
yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think that may be needed, but I guess the directionally what you're saying is like we are mimetic species. We try to mimic
Sure.
each other. Yeah, that is true.
Right.
Yeah.